Sports fans, welcome to Rivalry Range, and thanks for joining us for our review of 2010 sports. We're going to talk about a few controversies and some of the highlights in sports this year. I'm going to start out with the NCAA. Congratulations to Alabama Crimson Tide, undefeated season and a national championship. What a great run. Congratulations to the Duke Blue Devils, their fourth NCAA basketball national championship. And congratulations to Mike Krzyzewski, who has moved into second place on the all-time men's most winningest coach list, only trailing Bobby Knight. He passed Dean Smith, which I'm a Tar Heel fan, so that kind of broke my heart a little bit. But Mike Krzyzewski is just a great coach. I think if the season continues the way it is this year, that they'll have a chance to get Coach K past Bobby Knight as the all-time winningest men's coach. If it doesn't happen this year, it'll definitely happen early in the next basketball season. Congratulations to the UConn women's Huskies. 2 consecutive national championships, a 90-game winning streak, which was broken just yesterday by the Stanford Cardinals in Palo Alto, California. A great run by Connecticut. You know, you're on a 1-game losing streak. I think it's going to be a long time before you lose again. I still think you're odds-on favorite to win your 3rd consecutive championship. And congratulations on that 90-game win streak. Congratulations to the South Carolina Gamecocks for winning the NCAA baseball championship, to the St. Cloud for winning the NCAA hockey championship, and to Akron for a great run in the winning of the NCAA soccer championship. I watched several of those games. Akron looked fantastic. I expect we'll see some of the Akron players on the U.S. national team and then the MLS over the next few years. Moving on to Winter Olympics. What a great event. Canada did a fantastic job. They won their very first gold medal on their home soil. Great event in Vancouver. Wish I could have been in Whistler to watch some of those events. But congratulations to Canada. We'll remember that Winter Olympics for a long time. On to the professional sports. The New Orleans Saints. What a great run. 13-0 to start their season last year. Lost their last 3 games, but pulled it together in the playoffs to bring the World Championship to New Orleans. What a great town. I don't think there's a town on earth that needed a national championship or a world championship as bad as New Orleans did. They've had a rough few years, so congratulations to all the Saints fans down in New Orleans. The Los Angeles Lakers bring home the NBA championship. I truly think they're probably odds-on favorite to win again this year. It's going to be interesting to see how they make their run and how the Heat and the Celtics and the Spurs, who are having a great year, can match up with the Lakers. Colorado Rapids won their very first MLS Cup. Congratulations to Colorado. Chicago Blackhawks won the NHL championship. And the San Francisco Giants won their first World Cup since 1954 when they were still in New York. I know they broke the Rangers' hearts, but great job, San Francisco. And I'm sure the Rangers are going to have another good year in 2011. Going to be a little more challenging without Cliff Lee on your roster. Jimmy Johnson in NASCAR, 5 consecutive NASCAR Cup championships. That's unheard of. I don't think that record will ever be matched, much less think about passing that. I mean, no one's even come close. I don't think that anybody will ever come close in the future. Dale Earnhardt Sr. and Richard Petty both have 7 national championships or Cup championships. Jimmy Johnson at 5. I think he's going to catch those guys. He is that good. Hendricks Motorsports just has to absolutely be thrilled. Talk a little bit about the World Cup. What a great event in South Africa. The Africans did a great job hosting this event, and the Spaniards did a great job dominating it. This may have been the most dominating performance by a soccer team I've ever seen. Spain controlled the ball. They dominated possession on the pitch every single match. Before the World Cup, I picked the Netherlands to win it all. They made it to the championship, but the Spaniards were just too much to handle. You know, I wrote an article several months ago on why no one outside of Europe or South America will ever win a World Cup, and it comes down to ball control. No one has the grace, the athleticism, and the control of the ball on the pitch as well as European and South American teams. Everyone else needs to pay attention to how they manage their game. One last note on World Cup. 2022 in Qatar. FIFA, what are you thinking? The temperatures in June are going to be in the 130s. Unless every game is inside in a climate-controlled environment, it's going to be absolutely brutal on the players. That is a very weak, traditionally weak region, and there's high risk, both professionally and political. It's a very tough region of the world. Not sure what FIFA was thinking other than dollars. There had to have been dollars involved in that decision. MMA. I think MMA is just starting to scratch the surface on where they can go. It's a dominating sport. It's becoming popular globally, but I think they've just scratched the surface. They're doing a great job. They just brought in the phantom and bantamweight, feather and bantamweight into the mixed martial arts UFC mix. Those small guys are absolute animals. They're great athletes. They're fast as they can be, and there's never a dull moment in the bantam and featherweight divisions. St. Pierre is still just absolutely dominating at 170. Most exciting thing for 2011 will be, will St. Pierre go up to 185 and fight Anderson Silva? Man, I'd love to see that match. Hard to pick that one, but I think St. Pierre would take him. Frankie Edgar's done a great job, beat BJ Penn for the lightweight and defended his title. And the heavyweight division has really come around. I used to not look forward to watching the heavyweight fights. That's changed. There's been a lot of great new names on the scene, and the heavyweight division's exciting. So great job to the UFC and Dana White. Look forward to another great year of great matches in the UFC and mixed martial arts. A couple of controversies. Tiger Woods still in the limelight. He lost his #1 ranking after 281 consecutive weeks to Lee Westwood. Everyone wants to see Tiger on the golf course on Sunday competing. And I think you will in 2011. I think shortly into 2011, he'll get back over the #1 world ranking. And let's face it, if Tiger's not on the course on Sunday, I don't want to watch. I think that's probably the consensus across the spectator world. Tiger's great for golf, and without him out there, it's just not the same. LeBron James moved to Miami, got to be one of the biggest events of the year. Joining Wade and Bosch in Miami. What a great group of talent. The question is how they'll bring that talent together. They started out the season struggling. They've had a great run in December, and I think they'll continue to have a great run. I don't know if they can win the World Championship in the NBA or not, but they sure as heck are going to make it exciting to watch. I think one of the biggest things they've got to be cautious of is to not overplay team ball. These guys are such dominating forces that Wade or James can take over a game. When they're feeling it, they need to take over the game. Don't pass the ball when you got a run down the lane. Just take it down there and jam it over somebody and dominate the game. So we'll see how that's going to go. Look forward to see the Heat through the rest of the year. Last on my list is Brett Favre. Brett seems to be in the news every year. For the last 3 or 4 or 5 or however many, it's all been about retirement. Unfortunately, this year it's geared toward off the field controversies a little more. Brett Favre is one of the greatest players to ever play the game. He's one of the toughest guys to ever play the game. He'll have records that may never be broken, specifically his interception record. I don't think anybody wants to break that one. But sometimes you got to know when to call it quits. You're definitely a future Hall of Famer. This year has probably tainted your image quite a bit. The best advice I can give you is go back to Mississippi, love your wife, keep your pecker in your pants, quit being an F&D bag, and maybe get a cell phone without a camera in it. Just a few thoughts that you may want to consider. But regardless of what's happened this year, you are one of the greatest players ever. Well, I want to thank all of you for joining Rivalry Rage. We're new to the social media world. We just launched in April of 2010. We're excited about what we've done so far and where we're going. And we look forward to you coming on the site, joining us in a lot of trash talk. Everybody likes to talk a little smack. And like our logo says, so you think you're a trash talker? Bring it. We'll be on RivalryRage.com. Look forward to seeing you there as well. From all of us at Rivalry Rage, have a wonderful new year.